Welcome to the MMA Drama podcast, where you can get the latest news, rumors, gossips, and fight predictions. I'm Tony59, a podcaster that talks a lot of trash about the fight game, about the fighters. It doesn't fucking matter. And if you're ready, come and get this drama. Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome. I hope you guys are having a great Sunday here in the United States. Doesn't matter where you guys are tuning in to. Doesn't matter where you guys are listening from. But welcome to the MMA Drama podcast. All right, guys. Man, yesterday was crazy at Madison Square Garden. UFC 268, man. Headlining Kamaru Usman versus Colby Covington 2 for the welterweight strap. And you guys know the results of that now. Man, right now they're considering Usman as, obviously he's number one pound for pound. Dana White declares that he is the greatest welterweight of all time, which I still disagree. I still think George St. Pierre is the greatest welterweight of all time. Usman is getting up there. I would say Usman is right behind George. You know what I'm saying? You know, but yeah, man, what a banger between Covington and Usman, man. They went at it. You know, freaking Usman clipped Covington in the second round with that left hook. Started swarming him, and you know, Colby Covington, man, got some great exchange, clipped him, and took Usman down a couple times. Even though some of some of those takedowns doesn't seem like a complete takedown, but if it's pure wrestling, it's purely a takedown. You know what I'm saying? And Usman, he hasn't been taken down, and he's undefeated in the UFC, 15-0 right now in the UFC. So for Covington to take him down, that's huge, you know. And Covington, man, tough as nails, man. Tough as nails. You know, he always brings it every time he comes into the fight. You know, he's always giving out his best performance. And it just unfortunate he came up short. It was a really close fight. It was really good. You know, it just Usman is at a different level. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing, man. When you have one belt, one champion in one weight division, you know, and everybody is fighting for that belt, you know, and you guys, when you have like top 5, you know, fighters in that weight division, and you're fighting for that one belt, it's crazy. It's not like boxing where you have freaking WBO, WBC, IBF, you know, all these type of belts, and, you know, everybody's a champion in that weight division, and, you know, they're trying to find out who's the undisputed champ. You know, they'll unify those belts together, but in the UFC, they eliminate that. You know, they don't want to have that. They just want to have one belt in each weight class, and whoever's the king of that weight class will have that belt around their waist. And Kamaru Usman is the king of the welterweight division. Yeah, he's the champ. You know, he had a great fight. Covington brought it, you know, after like a year laid off and so forth. And man, and now they're considering Kamaru Usman as you know, he's working his way up to the GOAT status right now. So but I disagree with Dana. I know he has a thing against George St. Pierre and shit. I feel like George St. Pierre is the greatest welterweight of all time. I believe George can beat Kamaru Usman. It's just that George is old, man. He's retired. And right now, the new king is Kamaru Usman. It's his time. It's his era. So, yeah, man, it was a great fight. Great main event. And the co-main event is crazy, too. You know, Rose Namajunas, Thug Rose against Zhang Weili 2 for the women's strawweight division. And, you know, Thug Rose, man, I freaking doubted her. She fucking proved me wrong. You know, I thought she's going to emotionally come out of pocket. And I thought Weili, it's really going to capitalize, you know, using her strength and really closing that gap because she's a little shorter, and really let her hands go, let her kicks go. But I was disappointed in Weili. You know, I thought she was a little scared. She was a little hesitant. She didn't really want to scrap it up like how she did against Joanna Jędrzejczyk. You know, I thought that she was a little gun shy against Rose because, Rose freaking head kicked her on the first fight in the first round, dropped her. And I think psychologically that played a huge factor into this fight. I think it still bothered Zhang Weili. And so, Weili was not able to close in the gap to get in her range and let her hands go how she did against Joanna Jędrzejczyk. And, Thug Rose, man, right now she's the queen of the strawweight division. And not only that, man, I really consider her the GOAT. The greatest woman of all time in that strawweight division. Yeah, I believe she's the GOAT of that weight division. Joanna Jędrzejczyk, she's up there. Zhang Weili, she's up there. But fucking Rose, she's presumably always the underdog. You know what I'm saying? When she went against Joanna Jędrzejczyk, she was the underdog. When she went against Zhang Weili the first time, she was the underdog. And she fucking beat both of those women twice. That's how fucking good Rose is, man. She's that good. She's the only 2-time women's strawweight champion. Only woman that is a 2-time strawweight champion. You know what I'm saying? That's Thug Rose. It's freaking crazy, man. Like I said, man, she's very, very talented. She's very skilled. And the way she beat Zhang Weili, just purely off of technique, off of strategy, and listening to her corners, Trevor Whitman and her fiance Pat Berry, and really executing and sticking to the game plan and winning each round, methodically. And, congratulations to Thug Rose, man. It's crazy, and after that fight, she said, she's good, she's healthy, and she want to pick up another fight. And so that shows, like, Rose is on, meaning she's like an on and off switch. Sometimes she gets too emotional. Sometimes, she want to walk away from the fight game, and sometimes she wants to fight. And so, fighting Zhang Weili, and after her victory, she wanted to come back and fight again. So that's a good sign that she's looking to defend her title very soon. So fucking Thug Rose, man. Congrats, man. A very great performance. Especially on the 5th round. She fucking held down Zhang Weili, strategically held her down for almost the whole 5th round, and that's just based on championship level experience and strategy and just being a world-class high-level physical chess player. And the results are there, man. Congratulations, Thug Rose. I fucking doubted her, man. And I'm disappointed in Weili. She was fucking shy. She was scared. I'm like, fuck, dude. Like I said, I think that fucking head kick from the first fight got to her, But she will be back, man. She'll be back, Zhang Weili. She'll be back. But yeah, man, this is Rose's time, man. This is her time, and I really want her to enjoy being the queen of the strawweight division. And like I said, I consider her the GOAT of the strawweight division. So congrats to Rose. And the fight before that, Justin Gaethje against Michael Chandler. What a fucking banger. You know what I mean? What a fucking banger. Yeah, that's probably one of the greatest lightweight fights I've seen so far. One of the greatest. The first round was fucking ridiculous. These guys were scrapping it out, toe to toe, banging, throwing punches and kicks. And fucking Gaethje, man, he fucking lit up Chandler's leg, man, to the point where it was like debilitating. Like going into the 3rd round, Chandler was switching his stances from orthodox to southpaw. It was crazy, man. And then, but Chandler, on the first round, I gave it around to Chandler. Even though his leg was chopped up, Chandler hit him with some pretty good shots. But fucking Gaethje is like a fucking zombie, man. That motherfucker is like a fucking zombie. He fucking took those shots from Chandler. Chandler was unloading power shots after power shots, and it kind of slowed him down going into the 2nd and 3rd round because Chandler was hoping to take him out early, and he underestimated Gaethje. And Gaethje fucking has a solid chin, as you can see when Ferguson knocked Gaethje down in their fight, fucking Gaethje got back up. Like I said, this motherfucker's like the American zombie. You know what I'm saying? And Gaethje was unloading shots and actually knocked Chandler down. I believe in the second round, knocked him down with a fucking uppercut. You know, and fucking Chandler's tough ass nails too, man. He took that fucking shot. You know, came back. But Chandler did not do enough to secure the victory, and he came up short, you know, losing a 3-round decision to Justin Gaethje, and it's because the leg kicks, man. Gaethje was fucking chopping that leg down, you know, and that kind of played a big role in where Chandler was not able to be mobile as much, not able to really sink in those punches because his leg was compromised. And what a fucking war. That was a good fucking lightweight fight, man. Like, I haven't seen one of those fight. And you could hear the crowd where it's like, oh, every shot that these guys were throwing. And when it land clean, the crowd was going crazy. It was like, oh, shit, oh, you know. And, man, that's I don't know if both of them receive a $50,000 bonus, but they should. They absolutely should. That was a very entertaining fight. That could have been a main event fight. You know what I mean? The way they performed. Imagine it was a 5-round main event fight. Imagine the title was on the line. That could have been one of the greatest lightweight title fights in the UFC history, and if not in MMA history. So, but congrats to Justin Gaethje, you know, in securing that victory against Michael Chandler. You know, you got Gaethje, Namajunas, and Usman all under Trevor Whitman. You know, crazy. You know what I mean? They all won last night, and yeah, man, it's a really stacked card. I haven't seen the Frankie Edgar against Chito Vera fight. I heard of Frankie there was a stoppage or something like that, but I didn't see that fight. I'll probably have to go back and take a look. I think there was some controversial stoppage that Frankie was not happy about, but Dana White saying it was the right stoppage, it was the right call. So I haven't really checked that out. I got to go back and check that out. But, you know, Frankie, you know, was able to perform, you know, in his hometown, East Coast. I don't think he's from New York. I think he's from New Jersey, right? I'm not sure, but or somewhere in the East Coast. But you know, him fighting in his world, in his territory. You know, Frankie's a legend. You know, former lightweight champion, former title contender at featherweight. You know, fought the best of the best. And he's still at it, bro. He's still at it. He's probably reaching 40 years old. He's still at it, you know, but that chin is deteriorating, man. That chin is deteriorating. And, but yeah, man. But shout out to Frankie, man. He's a veteran in the sport, a future Hall of Famer. Unfortunately, he didn't win, you know, but, yeah, but you got to give this guy some credit. He's a legend in the sport. So yeah, man, that's what's going on. UFC 268, Madison Square Garden. What a fucking stack-ass card, you know. What a stack-ass card. And this is only November. And, you know, it hasn't been the end of the year yet. So we're still, you know, I think, what's the next end of the year card? I think you got Leon Edwards against Jorge Masvidal. That's one of them. And something else. I think there's like 2 more fights. I don't know who's the main event, but it's like the end of the year stack pay-per-view end of the year fight card that the UFC put together. So I got to take a look at that. But I know it has Leon Edwards against Jorge Masvidal. That's a good one. I want to check that out. So anyways, man. So that's Thug Rose, bro. Thug fucking Rose. Man, I fucking doubt her. You know what I mean? But she's fucking skilled. World class. She's good at what she does. And, you know, I can't wait to see her again. I can't wait to see her defend her title again. And Usman, man, what's next for Usman? He cleared out the division. He doesn't want to go up to 185 to fight Adesanya because they're both Nigerians. You know what I'm saying? He wants to fight Canelo. You know what I mean? He wants to fight Canelo. even though Canelo will piece him apart, and but he want to challenge himself. That's what he says. It's about competition, and obviously there's money, huge money involved. If they're ever gonna have that fight, obviously my money's on Canelo, but Usman will get paid fat. Speaking of Canelo, he fought Caleb Plant the same night that UFC 268 was taking place. Fucking took out Caleb Plant in the 11th round. TKO him, knocked him down twice in the 11th round, and the referee just intervened and called it off. And so Canelo became the first undisputed Mexican champ at 168 pounds. So I believe 168 pound is super middleweight, in boxing. So yeah, man. So congrats to Canelo. Canelo's fucking dangerous. You know what I mean? I remember when he fought Floyd, when Canelo was probably like 21, 22. Floyd fucking outclassed Canelo. And Floyd is light. Floyd is like 149 pounds, but they fought at 154. I believe it was junior middleweight. They fought at 154, and fucking Floyd just fucking pieced him apart technically, all 12 rounds. You know what I mean? Fucking Canelo was not able to fucking get in rhythm. And Floyd went after him in the very first round. It was the first time that Canelo was on a big stage, I guess, against a well-experienced Floyd Mayweather at the time. And now look how fucking Canelo is evolving. He fucking beat Triple G. 2 epic wars against Triple G. He fought, what is it? Sergey Kolovin? Fuck, I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Sergey, fuck. What's that dude name? He fought Andre Ward. Andre Ward beat him. So he fought that dude, and he fought somebody else at light heavyweight. Light heavyweight in boxing is 175 pounds. But Canelo, again, he's the fucking king right now. He's box office. He's huge. He's great for Mexico. He's great for boxing. And Jake Paul wants to fight him. Kamaru Usman wants to fight him. Like I said, man, it's fucking crazy. Speaking of Jake Paul, he's planning to fight Tommy Fury in December. I believe December 6th. Don't quote me on that shit. Tommy Fury. It's going to be a big fight. Tommy Fury is a real legitimate boxer, but he's going against a bigger opponent, Jake Paul. So we'll see how that go. I'll talk about that in another episode. But right now it's all about UFC 268. Congrats to Usman. Congrats to Rose. Congrats to Justin Gaethje. And their incredible performance. But Colby Covington, man, you got to give him credit too. This motherfucker, everybody hates his ass. This guy is tough. And, he wants to fight Masvidal next. He really wants to fight Masvidal. And my money's on Covington. As much as I like Gamebred, but Covington is fucking... He's next level. He's dangerous. If Usman wasn't around, again, Covington could have been the welterweight champ. You know what I'm saying? That's how good Covington is. It's just that he talks a lot of trash because he understands that, controversy, negative attention is good publicity for him to build his brand. And, but yeah, man, Covington and Masvidal, that's what Covington wants, and Usman, I don't know which direction he's planning to go right now, but, if he keeps winning, keeps defending his belt, he's going to be up there in the conversation of being one of the greatest of all time, even though Dana White declares that he is the greatest welterweight of all time. I fucking disagree with that. You know what I mean? George St. Pierre is the king. George St. Pierre is the king of the welterweight division, and he's one of the greatest of all time, and he's a 2-division champ, 170 and 185. Okay? All right, guys. If you enjoy the MMA Drama podcast and you wish to make a small monthly donation, all you got to do is go to anchor.fm/MMA Drama, and you can click on the support tab to make a small monthly donation to help sustain future episodes of MMA Drama. Any donation, I highly appreciate it. Okay, guys? I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. If you're on my YouTube channel, the link to that is in the description box below, so you can make your donation to the MMA podcast. And Also, make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that bell for notification every time when a new episode comes out. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. This is the MMA Drama Podcast. I am Tony59, and I am out.